Tuesday of this week, we celebrate the feast of St. Cyril and Methodius, two brothers who were missionaries to the Slavic nations and co-patrons of Europe. But of course, more popularly, February 14th is known as St. Valentine's Day. While the true identity of St. Valentine is debated, we know this day to be a cultural time of sharing loving words and actions with those in our life. While in principle, of course, this is very good, I find myself often cringing at the romantic sentiments that so often fill commercials, cards, and candies. Especially as Christian believers in the power of God's love, simply saying something like, "Be mine," or "You're super," or "Kiss me," misses the mark. They do not really reflect the depth of the love that God calls us to. We are being called to something deeper than sweet talk, and it is a deeper love that should be reflected each day of the year. St. Paul, in our second reading, invites us to use our eyes, ears, and hearts to deepen our love of God that is guided by the Holy Spirit through our prayer. For to love, we must be first rooted in a deeper knowledge and love of God. Our gospel recalls commandments, but then takes us deeper. To love God and our neighbor, the essence of the 10 Commandments, is not just being concerned with the big sins, but to consider the small choices and steps that lead us to those sometimes unloving and sinful actions. Not just murder, but anger. Not just adultery, but lust. When we see it this way, love is not just a one-time commitment, but a series of small choices we make every day. Our first reading from Sirach states, "If you choose, the Lord will save you." God in God's wisdom says to us, you are free to choose. Every day we have a choice about the words we say, the love we share, or the choice not to love, and to continue the sins that we choose to commit. Jesus assures us that He is faithful in the small things, in the daily choices, and so must we. True love is reflected more clearly in the small words we use in prayer and the daily choices we make to love our family, our neighbors, and our friends. If we desire a deeper love of God, we have to get past the surface of romantic sentiment and reflect upon our daily yes and our daily no. So this week especially, let us put away those surface level messages and share with those around us a deeper love, a love that comes from a gratitude to God, that comes from daily prayer for the well-being of those around us. Let us look at the words of prayer that we use today. Do these words reflect a genuine love of God, or they have just become memorized, sweet sentiment? Let us live a daily love today and give thanks for the depth of God's love that He shows to us each day, especially in the gift of Jesus Christ, which we celebrate in the gift of the Eucharist.